Thanks for staying with us. A 26-year-old woman is being treated for serious injuries after a lorry landed on top of her car in the coastal town of Port Elizabeth. Independent ambulance company Netcare 911 were among the medical workers to respond to the scene of the accident on Tuesday afternoon. The woman is said to have sustained multiple injuries throughout her body, including fractures. Officials say her level of consciousness was low when medics arrived, but it was managed on the scene through advanced life support before she could be transported to a nearby hospital. The woman is believed to have been trapped in the wreckage for at least 14 minutes. Let's get more on this from our South African Bureau Chief, Betty Dibia. Hello, Betty. Give us an update. What is the situation with the victim at the moment?
Well, this incident, a freak accident that has ended relatively much better than a lot of people expected. As of today, this happened on Tuesday, but as of today, there's a picture of the young lady, 26-year-old girl, on the pages of the local newspapers in Port Elizabeth. She's conscious, she's doing well. And in the picture, we had the man, the chairman of the board of trustees of the primary school, where the truck which landed on her was initially parked. He was the one who was there with her, holding her hands, talking to her, trying to keep her conscious before the medics arrived. So she's conscious, she's doing well, relatively, and she was saying thank you to everybody who helped her. But it was a lucky escape, and thank God it's ended well so far.
Really happy to hear that she's doing okay. I mean, looking at the pictures we have, there is 1,001 questions of how a lorry landed on the vehicle.
Now, what happened was that the driver of the truck, if you know the topography of Port Elizabeth, some of the roads are like up the hill, really steep slope. So he parked in front of a primary school to fetch his children. And I guess while he was in there, the truck rolled down the road, that particular road, across another road, and went to a one-way embankment where the young lady was passing in her car, a small car, an Opel. So because of the steepness of the road, the truck just had to, and the size of her own car, the truck just went over her, and she was down there for some minutes before they got her out. It was a case of the truck losing control. Losing control, I mean, rolling down the hill and getting to her.
Yeah, and according to reports we're getting, the truck driver, who has not been named, is being investigated for reckless driving. What punishment is he likely to face if found guilty?
It depends on what is found out. No one will want his own truck, and the same truck is going to use to negligence, not negligence. It wouldn't be quite a lot like someone who tried to commit murder, but it depends on what is at the end of the day and what excuse he has. Probably he forgot to put on the handbrake or anything, but it wouldn't be so much, especially as the victim is alive. And but punished he would. At the end of the day, it depends on the judge and what they find out at the end of the day.
Yeah, Betty, really happy to hear that she's doing okay. Very lucky escape. Betty, thank you for speaking to us on Network Africa.
Thank you.
Now, in commemoration of the 400 years of the first ship of enslaved Africans reached the Americas, a group of African Americans and Barbados leaders have been visiting the continent, talking economic and cultural reconnection as well as sustained networking. The Door of Return initiative, in collaboration with the Pan-African Parliament, has held a historic U.S.-Africa joint session during the South African leg of their visit, which also includes Ghana and Senegal.
The delegation, comprising seasoned professionals, religious leaders and activists, say this is a mobilization to connect with Africa through the Door of Return initiative. Various leaders welcomed them the African way, led by King Kgosi Makhumane of Nkomo Kingdom in Limpopo, South Africa.
Let me say warmly greetings and welcome back home.
The guests gave different perspectives on why they are on the quest to reconnect, not just culturally, but also economically.
As an African people, when we are in our right minds, when we are dealing with a sense of righteousness and justice and purpose, and a sense at this stage in life that we are not going to be embarrassed anymore before the world. We have too many resources to be embarrassed anymore. We must find ways of trading amongst ourselves. And I do mean the African here and the African there.
We must, however, use our education, our vision, skills, and abilities, working together with a common history and experiences to turn towards the East and help our motherland from whence we came.
Speaking on the Nigerian experience, the Chairman Chief Executive of the Nigerian Diaspora Forum, Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa, outlined some of the milestones already attained in Nigeria and expectations towards making the Africans in diaspora the sixth economic community of the African continent by the African Union.
We have a job return in October. We have about 30 people from America, the Caribbean. Already they're coming back in March. And one of the things they want to do as I speak with is build a diaspora palace. So they're not just talking, they're doing. And then again, talking about way forward, I think Africa as a sixth region is just lip service. AU is just paying lip service, I'm sorry to say, nothing has been done. And I think again, you need to form a powerful group to see the AU that, are you giving us the sixth region or not?
From here, where do we go? What's the next steps you advocate?
Well, the next steps are a continuation of what has been happening so far. We have contributed to Africa over the years. It needs to be organized so that it can be much more effective in terms of how we relate to the mother Africa. There's been talk of a sixth region that has not really been ratified by the AU. That's something that needs to be done. And then we need this sort of interaction. I'm part here of the door of return.
The visiting group left South Africa for other legs of the visit, which include Senegal and Ghana. The focus is to explore how the Africa diaspora can connect with Africa for commerce and culture, leading to sustainable economic development. From the Pan-African Parliament, Midrand, South Africa, Betty Dibia, Channels Television News.
That's the program today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Teniola Shubowale. Bye for now.